Hello everyone, I'm W.F.S, your doctor, and today I want to talk about Warner Brothers, or Warner Discovery. Yes, my friends, I believe that Warner Brothers may be in big trouble, and what's going on there, all the cancellations of movies, pulling cartoons from HBO Max, is a sign that they are bleeding money big time, and they're trying to stop it. As of the close of the market today, Warner stock was at $13.71. Now that is a big dive compared to what it was in April of last year, which, if I'm not mistaken, was $77.21. So from 21 to 22, roughly about a year and a half, I'm going to say, they've gone from $77 down to $13. That's a serious problem. Not to mention the fact that China, which according to the Bloomberg has reported that 41% of Hollywood's international films, or rather Hollywood's international markets, 41% of it comes from China. With that being said, and the fact that Hollywood seems to be out there attacking legacy characters, legacy franchises, Warner Brothers is doing business with DC Comics, or as they call themselves now, DC, and DC has been on this agenda, this political agenda, about changing characters to fit, as they call, the current times. And what that basically means is, like, for an example, Batman. They've announced that Batman's going to go bisexual. Superman will too. And Superman's son has already gone bi, and Robin apparently has as well. And the fans are just sick and tired of it. If you want evidence of that, DC Comics, as well as Marvel Comics, sales in the United States have gone down about 19% in 1 year. And again, that's a serious issue right there, because the comic book industry in the United States is dying. It's dying because political agendas are choking it. Every single story has to have an agenda attached to it, and we're all just tired of it. Warner Brothers is just taking a pounding on it right now. And I have to say that probably the virus had an impact on it as well. But when you consider that they have decided a $90 million film, Batgirl, is being shelved, and they are having I understand it's called a burn party, where members of the studio get to come watch the film before they throw it away and never look at its face again, or they have some kind of a sacrificial ceremony where they light the film on fire. I don't know. But the issue really is, what's going on at Warner is they're desperate for cash. They've pulled from HBO Max Batman, the Caped Crusader. They've pulled a couple of Looney Tune films and The World According to Gumball movie. It's just bleeding money. One film they had talked about making, and I really hope they don't do it, Lethal Weapon 5. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. We don't really need to see another one. They were great. In your prime, you guys were fantastic. I just don't want that image ruined. So I'm hoping that one gets taken out as well. Again, Warner Brothers is just in big trouble. And they've got to find a way to fix this. One of the issues that's probably scaring the heck out of them and every other studio in Hollywood is the fact that China again, 41% of the international market film distribution goes to China. And China has sent an ultimatum to all of Hollywood film companies that you either can't stop with your political agendas and start thinking about our culture and all the things that we believe, and we'll get along fine. But if you continue down the path you're going, your movies will never see our theaters again. Now, moving across Hollywood to another studio, I'm going over to the mouse. That's right, Disney. I'm coming after you now. You see, a report came out, or a rumor rather, that Kathleen Kennedy wants to flip the Star Wars trilogies. Do them again, excuse me. She wants to do them again. And I am referring to the original trilogies. Except the story coming out and the rumor is that she wants to make Princess Leia the hero of the rebellion and a Master Jedi, while Luke Skywalker takes a back burner. Part of the rumor that I heard was that they wanted to remake the movie, the exact same movie, but just flip the characters around. This is a terrible idea, and it's doomed to failure. And from what I understand, she's tried doing this, but the board is fighting her on it right now. So here's hoping that that never happens. On the other side of the same studio, we have Indiana Jones 5. Indiana Jones 5, from what I understand, has to do with time travel. Yes, time travel. And it has to do with Indiana Jones going back in time to meet his younger self. Along with the assistance of, I forget, some news reporter, this woman is going to go back in time with him, excuse me. I think they're going to start out in the 1960s and wind up back in the 1930s, where Indiana Jones, the 1960s old Jones, will meet the new Jones, or the younger one, and somewhere in there, both of them will be killed. And this female reporter, or trained archaeologist, or archaeologist in training, will somehow be able to take up the mantle of Indiana Jones, and when she comes back in time, or comes forward in time, she becomes Indiana Jones, erasing the history of the Indiana Jones we all know and love, and she takes on the mantle from this point on. There's so much going on over there in Hollywood, at Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount. I could go on about Star Trek as much as I love them, but right now I'm going to end it here by saying this nonsense has to stop. It really does. If you want to remake a film franchise, go ahead, remake it. But stop messing with the characters the way they are. Leave them alone. You don't have to kill them to start a new story. If you start a new story from scratch, I'm sure the audiences will forgive you. But if you just destroy these legacy characters just to put your notch into the story, it's not going to go well for you guys. I'm going to end this here. I want you all to remember, respect is earned, not given away in Hollywood. When we pay money to buy your toys, your video games, your movies, and we pay tons of money for all that, and then you turn around and spit on us, well, we're going to spit back. So remember that. I'm W.F.S. Thank you for watching. God bless.